This is a question from IIT JAM 2019, that is correct trend in the bond order between O2 plus, O2 minus and O2 2 minus. We have to arrange these three molecules in the increasing or decreasing in the bond order. So to calculate the bond order, we know that the bond order equals number of electron in bonding molecular orbital minus number of electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbital by 2. So to calculate number of electrons in BMO and ABMO, we have to write the electronic configuration of each of these molecules. So it's a time consuming. Hence the trick is, we know that nitrogen has the number of electrons in nitrogen is 14. Its bond order would be 3. We know that nitrogen has the bond order 3, that is the total number of bond between two nitrogen atom is 3. If I increase the number of electrons by 1 unit, that is for 15 electrons, the bond order would decrease by 0.5. The bond order would decrease by 0.5, that is for 15 the bond order would be 2.5, for 16 the bond order would be 2, for 17 bond order would be 1.5, for 18 the bond order would be somewhere around 1. As I increase the number of electrons by 1 unit, the bond order will decrease by 1. If I decrease the bond order also, that is if I decrease the bond order, or if I decrease the number of electrons by 1, that is for 13, for 12 electrons, the bond order would also decrease by 0.5, that is for 13 electrons it would be 2.5, for 12 electrons it would be 2. Now we know that for oxygen, for O2, the total number of electrons is 16. So O2, the bond order would be 2. And for O2 minus, there is increase, that is for O2 minus, we know that O2 is undergoing reduction of 1 electron, that is there is increasing 1 electron. Therefore the total number of electrons in O2 minus is 17. Similarly for O2 2 minus, there is the reduction of 2 electron, therefore addition of 2 electrons. So O2 2 minus have 18 electrons, so bond order is 1. For O2 minus is 1.5. So for O2 plus, there is oxidation of 1 electron, so decrease of 1 electron, that is it has 15 electrons, O2 plus, therefore O2 plus has 2.5. So if I have to arrange the bond order, it would be O2 plus have the highest bond order, then comes O2 minus, then comes O2 2 minus. This is the bond order. The next question, the correct option for the metal ion present in the active site of myoglobin, hemocyanin and vitamin B12. So this is a memory based question, so we have to know the structure of these bioinorganic compounds. So we know that the myoglobin contains the iron as the metal center, then comes the hemocyanin where it contains the copper, and then comes the vitamin B12 where cobalt is the central metal atom. So the correct option is option C, that is iron, copper and cobalt. The next question is correct order of wavelength lambda max of the halide to metal charge transfer band of CONH3 5 times Cl, CONH3 5 times Br and CONH3 5 times I. So we have to arrange these three complexes in the increasing or decreasing order of lambda max. So they have given there is a charge transfer between halide to metal is taking place, that is LMCT, or the ligand to metal charge transfer is taking place. For the LMCT to occur, there must be filled higher ligand orbitals and a vacant metal orbital. So there is a charge transfer or transfer of electron between filled ligand orbitals to vacant molecular orbital. See, in these three complexes, the central metal atom or the ion is cobalt. Hence, the only differing between these three complexes is the ligands, that is chlorine, bromine and iodine. If we consider these three ligands, that is chlorine, bromine and iodine, the ionic radii of iodine is greater than bromine is greater than Cl. So, as the iodine has the highest ionic radii, the energy difference between the ligand orbital and the vacant metal orbital decreases. That is, if I draw, this is for chlorine, then MO, and this is for bromine, then comes orbital, this is for iodine. As the ionic radii of these ligands increases, the distance between the vacant molecular orbital or the ligand orbitals decreases, because the energy of these orbitals, these ligand orbitals increases. Hence, the decrease in the LMCT energy. That is, if I draws the LMCT energy for chlorine is greater than bromine, then comes iodine. But they have asked for lambda max. The correct order of lambda max would be, for lambda max, iodine has the greater lambda max than bromine than chlorine, because as we know that energy equals Hc by lambda, or energy is inversely proportional to lambda. Hence, as the LMCT energy of iodine is least, hence the lambda max of iodine would be greater. If I have to arrange these three complexes, then the third complex would be greater lambda max than second than first. So that's it. Next question is, the observed magnetic moments of octahedral Mn3+, Fe3+, and CO3+ complexes are 4.95, 6.06 and 0 Bohr magneton respectively. The correct option for the electronic configuration of Mn3+, Fe3+, and CO3+ metal ions in these complexes are. So they have given the magnetic moment values, that is for Mn3+, it is 4.95 Bohr magneton, and for Fe3+, it is 6.06 Bohr magneton, and for cobalt 3+, it is 0 Bohr magneton. So we know that for transitional metals, the magnetic moment is calculated by nu equals root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton, where n is the number of unpaired electrons, We have to calculate the nu value for all these equations, so it's time consuming. So the first thing we have to do is cancelling of these options. That is, they have given for cobalt 3+, the magnetic moment is 0 Bohr magneton, that is, it has 0 unpaired electrons, that is, it has no unpaired electron, so the n value should be 0. In option A and option D, they have given T2G4 and Eg2, that is T2G4 and Eg2. There are 4 electrons in T2G level and 2 electrons in Eg level. Therefore, the n value is 4. Hence, we can cancel these two equations or these two options. Then comes the option B and option C. Here, in option B, the manganese have T2G3 and Eg1. They have same electronic configuration, and also the cobalt have same electronic configuration. The only thing differ is iron. So if I consider option B, it has T2G5 and Eg0. So if I draw the energy level T2G5, there are 5 electrons in T2G level, so the n value is 1. Only one unpaired electron is present, then the nu would be root of n into n plus 2. So it would become root of 1 into 1 plus 2 equals root 3, 1.73 Bohr magneton. But the value that they have given is 6.06 Bohr magneton. So we can cancel out option B. So the correct option is option C.